Welcome to this clip, running through the components of the specialty costing return before looking in more detail at the specialty costing file, the main Excel file completed. Full instructions and guidance on the return and all files required can be downloaded from our web pages. As shown here, the specialty costing matches the cost or expenditure incurred in each hospital with the completion activity. This is done using direct allocation of costs or patient statistics from the various patient care systems around the hospital. This provides a picture of the resources consumed by each patient type and specialty. The specialty costing return is one of the fundamental components of the activity-based funding model currently used to reimburse hospitals for inpatient and day case activity completed. Taken directly from the specialty costing manual, this shows a visual representation of the specialty costing process and how costs and activities are used to summarize into patient type and specialty. The specialty costing return is made up of 4 separate files. The final output of both the medical pay file and the OPD working file are copied into the specialty costing file, which is directly reconciled to the hospital's general ledger and annual financial statements. The review file is populated using a macro and provides costing staff with a direct comparison of the current year versus the final submission for the previous year, allowing review of information entered. In an effort to improve the available educational and information resources, we have created clips for these files. As always, if there is something you would like developed which could assist you, please do not hesitate to contact any of the HBO costing team. The specialty costing file is an Excel file with multiple sheets or tabs. Costs at department and costs element level from the general ledger, and activity at a patient type and specialty level from the various patient care systems are input into these sheets in a consistent manner and are summarized to provide the resource consumption in the hospital for the different patient types and specialties. Full guidance on how each cost is treated is within the specialty costing manual. The next few screens, which we will not go through in any detail, summarize the sheets in the specialty costing file. Full details on each sheet is within the manual. This screen shows up to sheet 9. Here shown sheet 10 to 22. And here the final sheets 24 to 39. Also available in the manual, Appendix 2 sets out a convenient process sequence to assist completion. Again, taken directly from the manual, this visual representation shows the flow of costs through the file and may assist understanding. The entries on sheet 4 to 15 reflect the recorded GL expenditure, the floor space occupied, and the staff allocation or whole-time equivalent for each department or area in the hospital. The format of each sheet is identical, so once the required data has been sourced and formatted, that is, grouped for entry into each area, the actual population of the sheets becomes easier and somewhat repetitive. To this end, some sites have developed mechanisms for automating the completion or population of the file. If this is something you would like to explore, we are happy to provide contact details. Sheets 10 to 14 are patient care areas, and the activity statistics entered on these sheets, reflecting the resource usage of each patient care area, are converted to percentage and then onward to expenditure or euro consumed. Overhead costs are allocated to these areas, and the use of the statistics or units entered here allows the calculation of a fully inclusive cost, reflective of the services provided by each site in the period. As mentioned earlier, both inpatient and day case allocations are used to form funding for the hospital via activity-based funding. So, what information is required to complete the return? The cost, the whole-time equivalent, the floor space, and the activity all provide the basis on which the costs are allocated to the patient type and specialty. Once the file has been completed and reconciled, the cover sheet should be completed and signed off by the CEO of the hospital. Taken directly from the manual, these are the general principles and key concepts on which specialty costing operates. Also at the front of the manual, updated each year, are any changes implemented for the current year process. It is important that these are read before completion of the return, as non-compliance with the changes will result in queries raised and adjustments or updates being required for the file. For both the hospital costing staff and the HPO costing team, an audit file should be maintained and available to answer any questions raised. In the interest of ensuring that no hospital is placed at a disadvantage, the HPO invites submission for national specialty and unique issues. The hospital must be in a position to provide information to support their submission with full details and costing for their claim. No adjustments should be made in the costing file in relation to national specialties or unique issues, irregardless of whether these submissions have been allowed in previous years. All information and submissions received are reviewed by the senior management team in the HPO, and the decision is made on adjustments allowed. Many thanks for watching this clip. Should you have any questions or queries or want to go through anything here, please feel free to contact any of the costing team. Thank you.